guys, today is the day, the moment has arrived. We are going to attempt this here Bow Miles Marathon. I learned about the Bow Miles Marathon 5.5 years ago when I had gone into sort of a phase of running during the pandemic when I couldn't go to the gym, but I didn't have a home gym yet. And so I took up running. It was one of the only things I could think of doing, and I really wanted to challenge myself with it. And so Bow Miles is this YouTube guy. He does really cool, fun, interesting things with running. He created this concept of a very unconventional marathon where you basically take the distance of a marathon and you divide it up into 24 separate running stretches, let's just say. Just divide it up evenly so that every hour, on the hour, you run one of these stretches of running. And so by the end of 24 hours, you will have run a marathon. Now the catch is that you don't get to sleep, like you have to wake up, or like when he did it, in between his stretches of running, he had this whole long bucket list of projects that he wanted to work on. So it wasn't so much about running the marathon as it was trying to see what can you do, like how productive can you be in a 24-hour period. So the downside is you have to run every hour, but the upside is that they're just very small, manageable chunks of running, and then you have a stretch of resting. So the last time I ran was 5 years ago. I haven't run farther than jogging across my street in 5 years. I am fit. I do cardio every week, but I am not adapted to running. So I don't expect to make it the full marathon. In fact, I would be super pleased if I were able to accumulate a 5K and a 10K throughout this. I would be like super pumped if I accumulated a half marathon. I would be shocked. I've only run a half marathon once before. It might be that after 3 hours, like 3 stretches of running, I say I have to stop because my knee is hurting, my groin is hurting, my hips are hurting. I have so many accumulated sports injuries, especially my left groin and my left knee, that I might just be taken out of commission after the first stretch. So I hope I'm not making this into a big deal and then end up petering out after just 1 hour. But my goal is to just go as far as I possibly can. Just like I did when I went into labor with my first baby. I knew, like I hadn't done any prep. I knew I was gonna end up needing the epidural, but I wanted to push myself to go as far as I possibly could before I ended up needing to get it. And I made it a good amount of time. I made it 14.5 hours. It was like just in the last hour that I got the epidural, and it didn't even work. So I think I did fairly good. I don't think I'm gonna do that good here. I will be just super surprised if I'm still running every hour once it gets dark out. I don't think I'm gonna make it that far, but we're just gonna have fun with it. And I did a little bit of math. So every hour I'm gonna be running 1.75 kilometers. I'm doing it on my treadmill so I can control the pace and everything like that. And also my treadmill is decently shock absorbent, so I think it'll be a little bit easier on my joints. But like thinking back to my 20s when I would casually run 10Ks, my 10K pace was like, I did a 10K in an hour, so 60 minutes. You know, like very rarely did I ever break that 60-minute mark. So I think when I chat GPT'd it, I think that said my average pace is 6.5 minutes per kilometer. And so I'm just assuming I'm gonna be running a 6.5 minute per kilometer pace. And if you extrapolate that across 1.75 kilometers, I think that's like 10.5 minutes of each hour for the next 24 hours. I will be running on the treadmill. And we're just gonna see how far we can take it. I'm doing this because it's one of those weird, wacky things that just sounds like a freaking fun, weird challenge, just like 75 hard used to seem to me. So that's why I've been wanting to do it. But I thought to do it, I came up with this idea yesterday that I was gonna do it today, because I am doing a PR week where every day I've been going for a PR. And I decided to do that this week because next week I have to get my 3rd spinal tap, which I am dreading. I have so much anxiety and stress about. And the second one I got, like the last spinal tap I got, I was out for an entire week with terrible spinal headaches. And I had, like, I developed a phobia of coughing or needing to strain for any reason, because I literally could feel, I swear I could feel fluid escaping from my spinal column anytime I coughed. And that went on for a week. So I'm just dreading being put out of commission for a week. So I decided I'm gonna celebrate and just push myself to the limits this week and enjoy being capable and able-bodied and able to do these wild, wacky things, and just celebrate my health and my ability before I go into this really scary appointment and not only have to deal with the recovery of it, but also have to deal with what are they gonna find. If you are not sure of my history of why I'm doing the spinal tap, you can watch, I think actually, like, it was just a couple videos ago. I don't want to go into it. I have an undiagnosed problem with my brain. They think I just got a virus during the summer, which put a lot of pressure on my optic nerves. Basically, I need to go in and have a clear spinal tap. I need to have no opening pressure, and I need to have no lymphocytes in my spinal fluid. So if I do have either of those things, it's gonna be bad. And like, I haven't even wrapped my head around the implications of it. So right now we're celebrating being able-bodied. We're closing out PR week today. So I think I'm adequately stretched. I gotta stretch my calves, but we will do that. And then I'm gonna stop gabbing, and I'm gonna do my first stretch of 1.75 kilometers at a 6.5 kilometer per hour pace. So let's do it. This is literally the first time I will have run in 5.5 years, y'all. But here we go. So I've gone 1.5 minutes for a distance of 0.25 kilometers. So how many minutes do I need to run to get to 1.75? I forgot my music. Oh no, I didn't. Oh yes, I did. I gotta remember that next time. So I reached 1.8 when the clock just turned 12. So that just means from the beginning I need to run at a 9.2 pace, and then I think I'll get to 1.8 in 10.5 minutes. Overall, I'm feeling great. It's not my conditioning that's gonna be a problem. It's my joints, but I do get like a whole week of rest starting Wednesday once I get the spinal tap. So I don't know, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit in terms of like my comfort and my joints, but we'll see. All right, we're going for mile number 2, mile number 2.2. Mile 2.2 done. See you guys at 12. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. It's 12 o'clock. I just sat the kids down to eat lunch. We're gonna do mile 3.3 now. And my boobs already hurt. But I can't take ibuprofen because I have to do a spinal tap on Wednesday. So I'm not able to take any pain relief at all throughout this whole thing. I'm just gonna have to raw dog it. Part of the experience. Mile 3.3 is done. And now we will be cutting wood, chopping wood, and I'll be back in an hour to run another 1.1 miles. Mile 4.4 now. I got a second sports bra on, and hopefully things will go a little less painfully this time. Mile 4.4 done. So this is actually mile 5.6 I'm about to do, not 5.5, because I realized that 1.8 kilometers, which is what I'm running each time, is actually 1.12 miles. And you damn well better believe that I am milking every single fraction of a mile possible to get to the end of this thing as soon as possible. Mile 5.6 done. Now it's time for mile 6.72. And I just have to say, this is being made exponentially harder by the fact that I'm doing like manual labor in between running. Mile 6.72 is done. And I think that means I have, oh my phone, I have surpassed a 10K, which means that if I can just do one more 10K, then I will have done a half marathon. I have to skip this next mile 7.84 for the purposes of this YouTube video because I used a Taylor Swift song in it, and it's going to totally blacklist me if I try to upload that onto YouTube, so we're just skipping it, but it did happen. Speak, Mata. Yeah? What?
This is mellan mig och Arnes. This is sämsta mig och Arnes.
Okay.
And this is best, strongest mig och Arnes.
Wow!
Ah!
Do you think he can run longer than mommy?
Let's look. 5 minutes. I'm moving good time.
Just trying to rest.
I feel good. I feel good.
What you doing, baby?
No,
Yeah, you see the movie. Oh! Oh, no! Okay, mile 8.98 is done, which means that once I finish my next run, I will be into my next milestone, which is double-digit miles. But first, I need to eat dinner. Whew. Not gonna lie, my body's feeling pretty heavy and sore right now. My hips hurt, but we are not ready to give up yet. I made it to double digits miles, that's amazing, but this is really starting to require some grit. I have 3 more runs before I make it to a half marathon, and I'm gonna do it, but I think I'm gonna need to eat a lot more and really start to rest, because this is starting to get a little hard. It's officially dark outside. It is 7:10 right now. We are gonna make a bid for mile 11.22. Here we go. Oh my God. You guys, I have only 2 more runs to make it to a half marathon. Eyes on the prize. Okay, we're going for mile 1, 2, 3, 4 right now, and real talk, this could potentially be my second to last run. I'm just trying to get to the half marathon mark, just being for real. I'm in so much pain right now. Probably closing in on the end sooner rather than, yeah, the end is probably gonna happen sometime today, but we'll see. Anyway, mile 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in the past 10.5 minutes, I've made a decision. First of all, mile 1, 2, 3, 4 is complete, and the next run I do will be the last one, because I'm at a point of diminishing returns. I'm not even yet halfway through this marathon. There's no way I'm gonna make it to the end, and it's to the point where it's not worth sacrificing sleep and usability of my body tomorrow and probably for weeks to come. So next run is going to be my last one, and it's going to be a shorter run because I only need to go less than a mile to reach the half marathon mark. But I'm going to do it, and yeah, I guess I'll talk about what I want to talk about in an hour when I come back to finish this experience. So stay tuned. I'm gonna keep this short because I'm too tired and sore to cry, but this is my final run. I've got to do 1.2 kilometers and then I will be done. But I have decided I'm going to dedicate this final stretch of running to my little baby Polly, who we lost 2 years ago tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 2-year anniversary. And this is one of like half the reason why I even did this. I just wanted to do something and get to a point of feeling this pain that I feel right now and pushing through it to some sort of finish line, just to kind of like reflect on the absolute hell it was, to survive that experience 2 years ago. The grief, like, I can't even, I don't have words. It's like I don't want to remember it, but I also don't want to not remember it, because it makes me grateful for what I do have. It makes me so grateful that we all survived intact, like the whole family, because it wasn't just me, it affected everybody. So I'm going to embrace the actual excruciating pain of this next 1.2 kilometers, and I'm just going to spend the whole time reflecting on what happened 2 years ago and gratitude that I made it through. So here we go. There it is. I had to run at a snail's pace because I'm just in so freaking much pain. But shout out to A6 because my feet feel great. So at least there's that. That's kind of an anticlimactic end, but I am really excited to go inside the house and drink more than I've ever drank before, water, and take the best shower of my life and process my emotions. Yay! Anyway, if you made it this far and followed along on this crazy journey, thank you so much. I may have ended on a slow note, but I did go from couch to half marathon in 11 hours. And I ran it, for the most part, at a 10-minute mile pace. So that's something to be proud of, yeah? Okay. Yay! That's the end of this saga. So I didn't want to just end it on that note. So I'm actually at work now, it's Monday, but I thought I'd just wrap it up and say that I survived. I was in so much pain Saturday night, but yesterday was not all that bad. I'm still sore today, but it's fine. I'm gonna go to the gym today. It's all good. I gotta go, but thank you for watching. And that was my stab at the Bow Miles Marathon. I turned it into a Bow Miles half marathon, but I'm proud of it. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, because I have a spinal tap to do in 2 days. So see you soon.